Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Michaela, and I make diamond painting videos here on this channel. And today I'm back with the second installment of my diamond painting community chat series. And today I have the lovely Kate for diamond painting and Dr. Pepper. Kate, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself and what kind of videos you make on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, okay. So it's a diamond painting channel, and mostly I just do two kinds of videos right now. I do whip-in chats. I try to do them weekly. I don't always. Also, I apologize. You can see a snake in the background, so if you're scared of snakes, I'm sorry. Um, just thought of that. Anyway, and then the other one is I do weekly vlogs. So, and they're a little bit different than your vlogs because I don't go over all the new releases and stuff, and it's got a lot more like life footage and everything in them, but I have fun with those.
I always enjoy your vlogs so much. I'm always like, I think like Wednesdays they pop up, and I'm like, yes, new vlog from Kate. Perfect, time to go. They're usually in
I
the
know,
middle of my
back at you.
workday.
Vlogs are my favorite to watch and my favorite to make. So,
Yeah, I completely agree with that. No, I really like your vlogs. Tell us a little bit about your diamond painting backstory.
oh my gosh. So, I think I started diamond painting in 2021, and it was like, I think I ordered my first one in January of 2021, and I didn't know much about it. So, of course, it was an Amazon one, and I learned pretty quickly. That was the only non-licensed one I ever ordered, and I still feel guilty about it. But I actually learned about diamond painting because I watch a lot of art YouTubers, and Bailey J is one of the ones that I would watch all the time. And she was talking about getting her artwork done through Diamond Art Club, and she was doing videos of her doing diamond painting. I was like, I might like that. It looks a little tedious. I'm not sure if I'll like that, but I might as well try it.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history after that, of course.
And from there I got obsessed anyways.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I have seen a couple of her videos. She used to be with Diamond Art Club, but yeah, they haven't licensed anything with her in a
I think some just went
while.
through a recent round of voting, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, some of
really?
hers.
Oh, I did not even notice. That's awesome. What is your favorite diamond painting that you've completed?
I tried really hard to narrow it down to one, but I had to go with two. So, Artist Room by Mrs. Butter D is one of my all-time favorites. Plus, it brings back really good memories because I was working on that when I went down to visit Katie, Diamonds and Washi in California. So, I have good memories of doing it, and it's just a really great piece of artwork and really fun to do. So that one, and Fairy Lights by Evie Dollamore. I really loved how that one turned out. It's so gorgeous.
Oh, pretty. Those are both really good ones.
Yeah.
What do you usually like to listen to or watch while you're diamond painting?
Most often I'm watching YouTube or listening to YouTube, but I have a bunch of different genres of YouTube that I'm part of that I watch videos from. So it's not always diamond painting related, but it often is, whip-in chats or vlogs from the diamond painting community. But I also watch a lot of art videos, a lot of topic videos, essay videos, stuff like that. And then I listen to audiobooks if I'm not watching videos. So it's usually one of those two.
No, fair enough. I feel like the audiobooks for sure tend to be a lot of people's go-to. I feel like whip and chats do always
Yeah.
come in like a close second. So
Yeah. Yeah.
unsurprising, but also same. I get it.
Yeah. I'm not super unique in that area.
Oh, no, that's okay. What is your number one unicorn kit?
I thought about this for a long time and I couldn't think of one that was like hard to get now, that's out of stock, that I just never got a chance to get. So I guess what I have to say is that my ultimate unicorn would be a piece that doesn't exist yet that I would love to get. Something like fan art of some of my favorite characters or licensed Disney would be great. Something along those lines that just isn't out there. You can't get it. So I'm holding out hope for something like that happening.
It sucks because like you can buy those stuff like, but obviously it's very
Yeah.
unlicensed. It's like, and it's also like not good, right? At like the end of the day, like
Yeah.
it's like not even good. So like, why would you?
Yeah.
But like,
I want to feel good about doing it. And they're usually like those ones are usually a lot smaller than I would want to do them because they're not licensed. So they're really cheap and not well done either. So I want
yeah,
good quality stuff. I'm
I feel like
spoiled.
I feel like you're spending so much time on something and like diamond paintings take like forever. Like you want
Yeah,
it to
especially for
like
me.
work up nicely.
Yeah. And if it's my favorite characters, like I want it to do them justice too, you know.
Right, that also.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. Do you prefer squares or rounds?
Definitely squares. I will do both. If I like the artwork, I'm gonna buy it, you know, no matter what the shape is. And I do like to sprinkle in some rounds every now and then for something different, but I definitely prefer squares for like the snap they make when you know, fit pieces in. And also the fact I have a lot of pets and they have a lot of fur. And rounds just collect stuff. And it's nice to not have to worry about that with squares.
Totally fair. Yeah, this was like at the beginning of the year. I remember I was working on oh God, it was a round Ivy Dolomar piece. Now I can't seem to remember the name of it.
Mm.
Um it was probably the biggest round I've worked on, and I was like letting the like bottom part hang low, and like my blanket was like there and it was touching it. And then when I like pushed it back up, I'm like, oh, the sticky, like in between, like the blanket like stuck on it.
Oh,
I'm like, oh,
oh
lesson learned, I guess. Don't want
no.
to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, you can get more details with squares because they're smaller. So, and I tend to like the more detailed artwork. So,
They were very similar.
yeah.
Yeah, completely agree. What is your go-to putty or wax whenever you're diamond painting?
My favorite for a while now has been the dot dot putty from Butterfly Effectwares. I really like the colors. They always do like fun patterns and colors in theirs, and that their scents are always really fun. I also like so just today actually I got the mail and my order came in of new Randa's Crafty Corner putty and it's Dr. Pepper scented. I'm so excited.
Iconic.
Yes. I bought two of them. I was like, okay, this will last me a while.
That's so fun. Does it smell like just like Dr. Pepper? Like did it live up?
It does smell like Dr. Pepper. It's a little spicier actually, but yeah, it does.
I might need to check out her shop
You
today.
totally should.
That's so great. That's so great. Also, her putty just like lasts forever. Like it's great. I love
Yeah.
it.
Like for me, it's one of those that's a little bit firmer, so it works better for me because a lot of putties I've tried have been too like sloopy, you know? Like they get too stringy and stuff. So hers
Yeah.
doesn't do that, neither does the dot dot putty from Butterfly Effectwear. So
I'd have to try that because I'm a hard placer, and so I find also that like if I place too hard, like things can get stringy sometimes.
yep.
So I'd have to try that out actually. Is there currently a kit in your stash that you are most looking forward to working on?
Ooh, I have a couple in my like rainy day, like Katie's term. So Office by Sonia Stegeman is in my rainy day stash, and I don't think I've seen anyone do that one yet, and I'm really excited to work on it. She's a friend of mine, and I'm the one that like I'm one of the ones probably who suggested her artwork to Diamond Art Club. And so I was super excited when that one went through and it's so pretty. I know that there's a lot of browns in it and everything, but I don't think I'll care too much because I did Warm Witch by Evie Dolomar, which you recently did. And I loved every minute of working on that one, even though it's mostly brown too. So I think it'll be fine. I just am really excited to get that one worked up and see how it turns out when it's finished. And then the other one I put on there on my rainy day list is one of my own pieces. It's a day's journey. It's the landscape. And usually if when my pieces come out, I do them right away so I can like see how they, you know, look finished and all that stuff. But this one I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna save it for when I need something to lift me up. So,
Have you worked on every other one of your pieces then that has come out?
yep, yep.
Which one's your favorite?
Um,
Maybe you can't pick a favorite. Maybe it's like a can't favorite child. Maybe I shouldn't have asked.
Probably, man, that's hard. I really like Unicorn Rainbow because the first one I did, and growing up, I was a huge My Little Pony fan, and I would draw ponies like all the time. So having that be my first one that ever came out as a diamond painting just feels special to me because it reminds me of like my whole entire career of drawing ponies from a childhood to now, and like then it came out. So.
Very nice. I have a Clementine in my stash that you did, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's so cute. I like what I one, it was one of the first kits I bought, and I'm like, this is gonna go good in my kitchen. I haven't done it yet, but I
It's
need.
framed and hanging in my bathroom, and it's really, really cute in there. It took me 5 days to do that one, and it's not like super small, so it goes really fast.
I'm sure it looks like a fair amount of color blocking from like what I can
Yeah,
tell. So I can see it working out pretty
yeah.
quickly. What inspired you to start creating content on YouTube?
That is interesting, because this channel isn't my first channel. My diamond painting channel is actually my second channel, and the first channel I actually started back in 2008. So
Oh wow.
I've been doing YouTube for a long time, and that channel has been through a ton of different like metamorphosis over the years. It started out as pregnancy vlogs when I was pregnant with my youngest son, and then it was a gaming channel for a while, and then it turned into an art channel, and that's what it still is, even though I don't post there. So when I stopped posting there because my job just got too crazy and I didn't have as much time to do art, in a way that was reliable enough for me to be able to post regular content, I was like, well, I am diamond painting reliably, and it takes a lot less time to film something like a whip and chat than it did to film art process and edit art process. That was really the art world on YouTube has gotten to a point where they're expecting like full on, beautifully edited and rendered videos of this art process from different angles. And it was a lot. And then diamond painting community is like, yeah, just chat with us for an hour. We love it, you know? So
Very
I
low
was
key.
like, I could probably do that.
That's
So,
actually really interesting. I'll make sure to leave both channels linked down below in case
I
anyone's
mean, you could,
curious.
but I'm not really posting on the other one anymore.
Oh,
There's a lot of back content on there.
anyone's curious, I'll link it down below.
Yeah.
I guess speaking of your art stuff, what kind of art do you create?
I'm mostly a digital artist, but I have started playing around with a lot more traditional art, especially since I started my YouTube channel because it seems like YouTube just does better with traditional art. That's what is more interesting to watch the process of. So I do a bit of both. I'm definitely less confident in my traditional art skills, even though that's where I started, back as a teen when I was drawing, in high school and stuff. And then I got back into art as an adult when I got my first tablet. And I was like, oh, so this is what I've meant to be doing my whole life. It was just that kind of moment where I pick it up and it's like, oh, I love this. So digital art just felt so natural to me, and I love how editable it is. Like you can resize things, you can reshape things and move them around, and you don't ever feel like you're wasting money on supplies or you got this really fancy watercolor paper that costs a lot and then you ruin your watercolor painting. And, you know, it's a lot less risk, which could
There.
be a bad thing, when you're doing art, because sometimes, greater risk, greater reward kind of stuff. But I don't know, it's less pressure and you can come out with a nicer result, in my opinion. For me, particularly. I mean, some artists are amazing with traditional art, and I
Yeah.
do that, but
I find that perspective so interesting. Do you ever like find yourself, I feel like this would just be me, so this is why I'm asking, but do you ever feel yourself like feeling like needing to be almost like perfect when you're doing it because you can kind of undo what you just did and then redo it a bunch of times until it's like perfect? You know what I mean?
definitely, it's like, where do I stop? Because this could definitely be better. And I haven't finished a piece in a while, and a lot of that is because of that. It's like I can keep going with this. I can make this better. And you really have to get to the point where you're like, no, this is a good place to stop. This is good. We can stop here. Um, and that's all a very personal thing, coming down to your own art style and your own feelings about how you feel about each piece you do.
Yeah,
Um, and traditional art, there is definitely a more clear stopping point where like the paper's not going to take any more medium on it. Like you have to stop because you can't do anymore.
totally, totally.
Yeah.
I guess you kind of already answered this, but do you prefer to digitally draw or draw with a pen and paper? I think you kind of already answered, but
I prefer digital drawing, but honestly, lately I've been doing a lot more with traditional supplies just because I've wanted a more tactile experience. Um, and I feel a little bit less like I'm pressured to finish something. It's weird. Um, I want more finished pieces, but I've been having trouble finishing pieces. So I thought if I worked on traditional for a while, I don't have to like feel like I'm doing it for anyone's view because it's traditional art and that's not what I usually share with people. So
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Has your art style changed over time, or do you feel like it's been like a pretty consistent style that you've had?
I try out a lot of different styles. I like to study like other people's and that helps me to kind of see, oh, I like this from this person and this from this person. What if I incorporated those into my own style kind of thing? But it's always been kind of cartoony and a little bit simplified and stylized, and I like that. But for a while there, and still today, I have trouble deciding if I like the lineless painted look better or if I prefer like simple lines and then flat shading, you know. I
Yeah.
think it's a journey that I'm still on.
That's absolutely valid. Yeah, totally makes sense. Where do you find the most inspiration for your artwork?
Definitely YouTube and all the other artists on YouTube, also Instagram, but I'm not on there as much. But I really enjoy not just their art pieces that they come up with, but being able to watch their process and sometimes watch things in their life that inspire them to what they're drawing. And it's really inspiring for me to like get ideas for what I might want to, work on myself. And a lot of times if I watch someone drawing or painting on YouTube, I immediately also want to go draw and paint. So it's really good to like get me in the mood too.
That's awesome. I feel very similarly, like with my own hobbies, with like if I see someone reading, awesome, I'm ready to go do that now.
Yeah, or diamond painting. I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
I wish I wasn't working. I want to diamond paint.
No, I totally feel that. Oh man. What other crafty hobbies do you have besides, I guess, diamond painting and creating your own art?
I'm actually not a super crafty person other than, I'm more of an arty person. And to me, those are two different things. But recently, my husband and son have gotten into stained glass, and I've been kind of trying it out with them. So doing some stained glass projects. Not finished one yet, but I'm working on it. It's interesting. It's way different than anything else I do.
I've seen some parts of it in your vlogs and it looks really cool. I'm not sure I'd be able to do it, but it looks really fun and cool.
It's not something I ever would have started myself doing, but since they were doing it, I was like, oh, I might as well try it. And it's really interesting and really fun. I'm a little bit of a baby when it comes to glass. I'm like, I really don't want glass shards in my body anywhere, but luckily
Fair.
that hasn't happened yet.
That's valid, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume you like have to like do you sand glass like so that way there's no like how does it work? Maybe that's a
Use
loaded
a
question.
grinder. It's like a grinder machine, and you use water and in the grinder, and you just kind of like run the edges of the glass along this little bit that's spinning, and it grinds them down so that they're not sharp, and also so that the flux and solder will stick to the edges and everything. So
Interesting.
yeah, yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
fun.
I guess like a few other like random questions to end
Yeah.
off. If you could choose one fictional character to be friends with, who would it be and why? So sorry.
This is a hard question. I have a lot of fictional characters that I love, and I just like, so I don't know. You're not much of a fantasy reader, right?
Not hugely, no.
There's a character in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson that I identify with a lot. His name is Kaladin. And one thing I love about these books are that Brandon Sanderson really represents a lot of like emotional issues, and Kaladin kind of represents depression.
Mm.
And I have been diagnosed with depression and anxiety since teenagerhood, and the way that Kaladin is written is very reminiscent of how I feel a lot of the time. So I just really identify with him, and I think I would get along with him really well. So,
That's really cool that you found a character that like you relate to that much because I don't think
yeah.
I have found any book character really like that actually. So I find it's great that you actually did find someone.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of differences because it's a fantasy book and there's things
Fair.
going on in his life obviously, but like when it's talking about his emotions and the way he even when his life starts to improve, there's still times where he's down in this pit and he's worried it's going to get taken away or things like that, and it's just really reminiscent of how depression works no matter what's going on in your life. So
Yeah. What is your favorite fall flavor? Since we're in fall time. Almost. Almost.
ooh, I mm, I like pumpkin stuff. Although I don't drink coffee, so I don't do the whole pumpkin spice latte thing, but I love like pumpkin pie or pumpkin bread.
So
Um, and then also I associate potatoes with fall a lot. So like baked potato soup or things like that. Yeah, very fall to me.
delicious. Good choices. Do you like chai? Or is it just like, do you not drink chai either?
Nope, I drink Dr. Pepper.
Is that what you're just made of, Kate? Is
Pretty
Dr.
much
Pepper and that's
exclusively.
it?
I mean, now it's Diet Dr. Pepper, but yeah, that's pretty much. I'll have some water sometimes, but
I saw you before we started the call drinking the Dr. Pepper.
I had to finish it off before the meeting so that I wasn't like slurping Dr. Pepper during the interview. But
But it also would have been so on brand. It would have been
I know that's true. I was like,
oh, too good. What is your favorite fast food or chain restaurant? I guess either.
chain restaurant. We don't eat a lot of fast food anymore because it just I have trouble finding the things that I can eat since I was diagnosed a year ago with diabetes. It's harder to find things that mm, aren't super bad for the diabetes, but probably like Dairy Queen if I'm talking before the diabetes because I loved um mostly the ice cream parts. Yeah. They had good they have cheese curds at the one close to me too, which a lot of places don't. A lot of Dairy Queens don't, but the one close to us does. So
Cheese curds are simply the best food to exist.
I know they're delicious. Much
Do
better
you,
than fries.
do you have a Culver's near you by chance? I don't know how many are out by you, but no,
No,
I think I was
we do
talking to
have In and Out, which
Okay,
is
yeah.
like one of the first ones in our area, and that place is always so busy. So
Oh,
we haven't
sure.
been there much, but
That's a very popular place.
mhm.
Definitely do not have any In-N-Outs in the
Yeah.
Midwest, like at
Well, I
all.
used to live in California. That's where I was born and grew up for the first. So I was used to In-N-Out. I was excited it was coming here, but you can hardly go there because it's so
Ugh,
busy.
dang. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, but also rude.
Right.
Do you have any pets? If so, tell us more about them.
Yeah, if you didn't edit it out earlier, you could have heard some of them. I have three dogs, and they're the noisy ones. I have a Great Pyrenees named Baymax, and he's big, white, and fluffy. And then we have well, he's a mix, but he looks kind of like a mix between a Black Lab and a Great Dane. And his name is Chewbacca. We call him Chewie.
I love it.
And and then we have Lucy, and she is a very weird looking dog. She's a mix between a Bernese Mountain Dog, a Australian Shepherd, and a Border Collie.
Hmm.
And she's got like the chest of like the Bernese Mountain Dog, so it's very barrel chest, but she's got this tiny little head. So she's a funny looking dog. And then we have three cats, and their names are Sebastian, Fix-It Felix Jr., and Guinevere, but we never call her that. She's Pancake. And then we have 11 snakes and two koi. So there you go.
Did about half those names come from Disney movies?
Yes.
Just so fascinating. You're like, wait, hold
Actually,
on.
everyone except Guinevere, I think, comes from a Disney movie. Yeah.
That is so great. I love that. I only caught a few of them, but like that's so funny. That's so
Yeah.
oh. And then I guess just like one last question to end this off is if you could give one piece of advice to someone looking to start a YouTube channel, what would it be?
So for this one, I'm gonna go with be part of the community. Like, don't just make your YouTube channel in a bubble and um, hope people just find it and come to you, but go out there and watch other videos from other creators in the same YouTube, like genre and comment on them and like them and support them. And don't comment things like, "Ooh, come watch my channel," because that's kind of against YouTube etiquette. Just go out and be active in the community and be yourself, and people will naturally want to come and support you too if you're supporting them.
I completely agree. I know when I first started in the diamond painting, I went from adult coloring into diamond painting and I definitely commented. I tried to like really stay involved because I'm kind of jumping into this other like niche from a different one and I'm like, ooh, I don't know. So like yeah, definitely worth like commenting on other people. Not self-promotion, obviously. We don't like
Yeah,
that. But like
no.
being like supportive, that's the way to do
Yeah,
it.
be supportive of other people and help them to succeed and genuinely just be a friend to people, and it'll come back to you.
I totally agree. Awesome. Kate, thank you so much for joining. This was a ton of fun.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Of course, I will link Kate's socials, everything down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already, my channel and Kate's channel. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.
Bye.